Okay, level 12. Maybe the last level. Oh boy. Alright. I'm gonna run out of time. No, I am. Can we go up from here? Okay. It's a freaking skeleton! Don't despair. We know what we need to do.
A few moments later. More moments later.
It all goes back to the like we all have ideas in my mind. We all have ideas. But do any of us I just thought about something. Hold on here a minute, gang. We all have ideas.
More moments later.
I gotta figure out how to get over there. Like, obviously, we're pressing this thing. And we're supposed to run. But I can't seem to either get enough distance, or I don't hit the button in time.
A few moments later.
I mean, yeah, I didn't think there was a way I can get up there. Wait a minute, hold on here. Let me think about something a sec. No. That wouldn't make any sense. I just tried to do that in Breath of the Wild like a fool because I got spoiled by Ocarina of Time. That seemed pretty damn close.
One eternity later.
Why are you laughing at me? Why do I have a feeling you know exactly what's coming up? We are struggling with what to do with this jump right here. I mean, seems like that's like, alright, we press the thing, we go over here. And then we run over here, and then, you know, we do a running jump, and we try to jump, and then...
A few moments later.
Here's my crazy idea. Is there something to the right of this? Well, that was interesting.
More moments later.
Some parts of it don't look hard that actually are. Alright.
One eternity later.
Try the jump again. I really don't know what else to do at this point.
A few moments later.
Ho! Everyone break! Everyone break! Everyone breathe! Holy shit! Let's not fuck this up. Take our time. They're gonna fall on me, aren't they? I foresaw you, you son of a bitch. Run, run, hurry, hurry. Run, run, hurry, hurry. They are too, aren't they? Run, run, hurry, hurry. Run, run, hurry, hurry. Here comes... Oh! Pause again! Pause again! We beat the skeleton. We got plenty of time. I have very bad feelings about this. I still have bad feelings about this. Okay, what do we do about this? Oh shit. Oh shit. What's going on? Either chapter 12 is not the last level or we're about to go into some kind of boss thing. Okay. Apparently, level 12 is not the last level. Which suddenly scares me. Having these columns here seems to indicate something. Okay. Obviously the exit. Now I'm very worried. Oh, Lord. Now I'm very worried that I'm not going to have enough time. Oh, okay. Like, I'm nervous now, gang. I am very nervous now. Exit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Exit opened? Hold on here. Okay. That is very concerning, actually. That seems too simple. Why was it that short? 14. Next time Crazy Bee Kai comes in here, he may work for NASA, literally. And I don't mean he knows how to do math. There are more than 12 levels. Hoi! Hoi! Did we win? We win! We are officially, ladies and gentlemen, Prince Coca-Cola of Persia. Yes, well done indeed. I will accept titles of Prince or Chief. Don't worry. How we doing, folks? Here we go. So before we get going with today's stream, it's, first of all, time for our recurring segment that we have lovingly started calling From the Chief's Garden. So, These are my favorite segments. I'm glad they are, Space Beagle. All right, so I live in the mid-Atlantic, and as some of you may know, there's a nor'easter coming. Hopefully, I won't have any problems with electricity while we're streaming. But, as many of you know, I have tropical theming to my streams, and so around my house, I definitely have some tropical theming as well. So, one of the things that I have is this beauty right here. Look at this beautiful fake, as in it doesn't need watered, palm tree. Isn't it beautiful? Don't these leaves look so real? Ain't this fancy smancy? Now, this is normally outside on my porch, my back porch here. But because of this nor'easter and the wind we're supposed to get, it's like, nope, I need to bring this stuff in. So this is normally outside because I have a little tropical thing with a chair and all that I have that I can sit out in and just kind of chill and feel like it's pretty. But no, instead, until the wind passes, it gets to live in here for a while. It even has its own big pot. This thing is like 6+ feet tall, by the way. As we know, my favorite plants are the ones that don't need watered. Because that's about the limit that I can take care of, right? So here's our lovely addition to the Chief's Garden series. A multi what do I call that? A multi-trunk palm tree? Because there's 1, 2, and then 3. So anyhow, there you go. Beautiful, beautiful piece there. Looks good in any garden. Looks good in any pot. On any stream. It kind of fits in the vibe, doesn't it? Like, if I were to just leave it here, it would just kind of fit, wouldn't it? So, the other thing that I wanted to do while we're here is that I didn't get the chance to do this last time, but I have some recent acquisitions from Video Game Land that I wanted to just show. So, one of the things is that I got myself another Game Gear. Why am I getting myself another Game Gear? This is the third one that I have. Well, I have my original one, which still works. I have a backup one, which the screen doesn't work. And this one supposedly fully works. Because I do want to eventually stream Game Gear games. But the Game Gear emulators don't always emulate the games well. In fact, oftentimes they don't. So I want to be able to actually play the Game Gear with the controls at the speed and the rate and all that they're supposed to, which frankly the only way we're going to get that right now is with the Game Gear itself. So there is a way to add in a AV out to the Game Gear that I could hook up to one of my systems, and then guess what? Then I can stream it. Or not in one into the system. It would be an AV out into one of my splitters, which would go into my capture card. Get your Game Gear, right? They need companions, right? They get lonely, right? But the other reason I got this is because it also came with, the battery pack. A functioning battery pack, which is not the most common thing. So, I have a lot of different battery packs. I have 2 of these. One that I have my original one on this one. And then the one that I had with my Game Gear that I had as a kid actually has the 2 things that come back here. And so, you pop the charger into one. Actually, you plugged it into one of these, and then it charges. But they just kind of latch on the back and they detach if needed. And then, of course, you could pop in AA's if you wanted to. But, ooh, this one actually has AA's in it. I didn't even check that. Okay. Ooh, they're Amazon rechargeable batteries. Okay. I do not mind having more rechargeable batteries. So, yeah, we're adding another Game Gear to the collection. I have a lot of Game Gear games. Game Gear is a very underrated system, if you ask me. I didn't have a Genesis or a Master System as a kid. The Game Gear was my Sega system. This is where I played Sonic games, which don't hold a candle to the Genesis Sonic games, let's be honest, but they were still damn fun. So anyhow, that's one. Game Gear. Related, I saw a very cheap, very good shape Genesis 3. So I grabbed myself a Genesis 3. Why? Well, I have some Genesis games, but the new system that I got, that newer system that I got a few years ago, which was like a an officially licensed Genesis like emulator type thing, it made it seem like that you could play Genesis games in it. No, you can't. It has a slot for it. Games actually slot in there, but it doesn't play the games. So I have Genesis games, but I didn't have a way to play it. Now I do. There you go. So that's why. Got myself the 80 chords and all that kind of thing. Alright. Now to some games. I got Mega Man 0 and 02 for the Game Boy Advanced, because these were two that I did not have, so now I have them both. These were the only two games in the Zero series. There was the ZX series that came after this. Actually, wait a minute. There were 4 games in the Zero series. My bad. So there were 4 games in the Zero series. But anyway, I got the first 2 because I didn't have those. And now I also have, again, a game that I had as a kid, but I somehow lost along the way, which is this. It's a puzzle game. Again, it was cheap. It's called... I'm going to let you all attempt to say that first before I actually say it correctly. The text doesn't show up well. Yeah, the contrast is not... 1 plus minus... The actual name is Daedalian Opus. Daedalian Opus. I'm going to put that in the chat. It's a puzzle game. It's a puzzle game with a what I would call like an East Asian theme, maybe Indian, Arabic. Not exactly totally sure. It was made by Vic Tokai, which I didn't even remember until now. The same people that made the Golgo 13 games. Maybe that's why I liked it. Yeah, sounded fancy. Mom and Dad got it for me because they know I like puzzle games, and because they thought it might have had some kind of Star Tropics-like vibe. Kinda, in the most remote of ways. But anyhow, for some reason along the way as a kid, this ended up disappearing. Now I got it back. So there you go. Space Beagle. This might strike a nerve, or not a nerve. It may sound interesting to you. Or not interesting, but it may be something where you're like, oh, you ever heard of that thing? Shinobi. So Shinobi was probably better known for being on other systems than in arcades, but they did have an unlicensed NES game made by Tengen, aka Atari, and so released around the same time that they made Tetris. The Tengen Tetris, not the big, most popular Nintendo Tetris that most of us know. So my list of Tengen games continues to grow. Tengen's history with the NES is just fascinating. If you have not watched some of the videos that the game historian has done about Tengen and the lawsuits and just the stuff going on around that era with Nintendo, I strongly urge you to go watch them. The Tetris one is a particularly great one. And finally, two more things. A carrying case for more of my shit, because I need as much carrying space as I can get. And something I've never seen before. This is an officially licensed Game Boy portable carrying case. Made by a little company called ASCII? You know, as in the coding language people, ASCII. So, apparently they made stuff like this too. And look at it. It kind of has, looks kind of like a Game Boy. ASCII is a B-I-H... Yeah, they make games and stuff too. Right, they do. They made, what's the name of that game? Worm. Was that ASCII? Yeah, that was ASCII. They made Worm, Journey to the Center of the Earth for NES. What does BIH stand for? Oh, big company. Oh, yeah. They make a lot of things. Just big electronics in general, yeah. I know them for the coding stuff, but yeah, they do make games and they make a ton of other things. But yeah, I didn't know that they made this kind of stuff too. Sorry, I have my arms full of wet Linda. Oh my goodness. What are you gonna do for wet Linda? So yeah, you can keep your Game Boy in there, and there's space for some games. So yeah, but I just thought that it really looked cool. I need as much space as I can get for storing things in an effective way. So yeah, there we go. Grab this too while I was there. Really cool. Never saw it before. And that's it. So those are my most recent pick-ups. Her bath is complete, but now she is running around and rubbing her wet dog smell. Everything has an act of revenge. You gave me bath. Now you smell me everywhere. This is what I dictate, human. Kind of all kinds of... Oh my god, yes. So, yeah. This Wednesday, I'm flying out to Portland for Portland Retro Gaming Expo. I am meeting up with some people that I have only known online, and I'm finally meeting some of them in person. We're going to be doing some things all around town, and of course doing some things at the Gaming Expo itself. Some of them actually are from outside the U.S. So, yeah. If you are going to potentially be there, if you're watching, let me know, and maybe we can hang at some point. But I'm really looking forward to that. First time I've ever been able to get over to Portland Retro Gaming Expo. And, yeah, I'm going to be spending way too much damn money because it's retro games and there's a lot of sweet things you can find there. So if you all know people like Chinese Hulk and Nico Tengoku, who sometimes find their way into my chat, they're going to be there. And I'm looking forward to seeing them, especially Nico. Nico and I are going to probably be hanging out quite a bit. And Nico actually has a booth that he has at the thing, and he sells things because Nico is a retro game collector like I am. So I'm getting first dibs. Perhaps. So, but anyway, I am looking forward to seeing Nico and Chulk and everybody else there who I've only been able to talk to online for many years now. Nice. Hope you have fun. Thank you, Space Beagle. Hopefully, I'll be able to do some mobile streaming on my phone, showing things around and just fun shit, and I'll be able to put that on Twitch. We'll see. It depends on how my phone cooperates and how other things are going there, and maybe some things that are going on. So I have my glasses on. These are my again, blue light glasses just to help protect my eyes since I spend too much damn time in front of the screen. Because we are going to get rolling here in a minute. So I hope you all are having a good evening. and have been taking care of yourselves. I hope you've had a great week. My week was pretty quiet. Can I grab the right controller? So we want to hook it up, right? Unless there's some other controller. Something looks weird. Okay, that's fine now. All right, so last when we left off, yeah, Hollywood Squares, I don't remember what happened. Did it glitch or something? I think it glitched. Or did I mess up? I don't remember. Anyway, something happened, so we've had to restart Hollywood Squares. We also have American Gladiators left on the NES. We have Nickelodeon Guts on SNES. And what else? Oh, there is a game that is still in the mix that we haven't seen yet. So that will pop up at some point today because it has to. So anyway, let's get going. Each of the games have different... Why is Microsoft Store popping up now? Piece of shit, Microsoft, fuck. This is Nickelodeon Guts, which has some of the worst controls you may have ever seen on a Super Nintendo game. So anyhow, yeah, the goals... no! And yes, the kid we're playing at is going to get concussions a lot. It just comes with the territory. From me running into walls and doing other things, it just comes with it. Oh yes, there's win, lose, or draw. That's a sight to come back into. Foot in the mouth. I already see a clip. Uh-oh. Is my volume stuff okay, gang, or is something off? Like, am I loud, or is things okay? This is me reminding myself of the controls. I think it's fine. Okay, thank you. Fuck! But the music for Nickelodeon Guts is pretty rad. Ow. So yes, the aggro crag is in the game. But you have to score enough points in the events leading up to it in order to be able to play it. So that's the problem. Here it is! This is the game we had not got into yet. I see Fenikusu. How you doing? Came in just in time for the Pictionary beats. So this is, again, another gag entry. But, we have win, lose, or draw. Pictionary, 2 drawing games. Pictionary on the NES. Oh, shit! Don't you love the screams? This is American Gladiators on the NES. Fuck! Doing okay, Fenakusu. I'm just, thankful that I'm not actually IRL the gladiator I'm playing here. I think this is supposed to be Nitro I'm sparring against right now, or... Now, why does Nitro have white hair? Hell if I know. He never even had blonde hair. I saw Guts for a moment. Yeah, you did. Nickelodeon Guts on the SNES. Which has awesome music. Yep, here's win, lose, or draw. Yep, one hand washes the other. Harry! Now, when I first played this game, I was like, why the hell are they saying Harry? Was that a thing people said in the 80s when they had a positive response? Harry! I never remember hearing that at all. Hey man, that's Harry. I didn't know you could see that. Huh? I'm sorry, I haven't saved in days. I don't either. But yeah, that's one of the responses, you know, when your team wins, they'll just, you know, they're like, great, awesome, Harry. It kind of freaked me out as a kid. I was like, why are you saying Harry? Why are you calling me Harry? So yeah, anyway, Pictionary. This game was made by, as you can see, LJN. And there's Guts. We're going to have a discussion about Pictionary before we actually play it. Because... Oh, yes, there's Double Dare, of course! How could we forget? And Jim Ross says... In Jim Ross' voice. By God! It's the Earl Hollins music playing! How you doing, Earl? Have you recovered from the flight and all? Legend tells us that to prove his right to the throne, King Arthur pulled a sword out of Merlin's arm. Damn. Just goes, yeah. Ah. Back to Guts. Fuck. I'm doing well. I think I'm back to regular time. Good. How long do you think the liability waivers were for the real Guts? Oh, God. That's a great question, Space Beagle. Ah! Damn, you even did the JR inflection on it. It's been so long since I've seen that scene, but I'm guessing that, yeah, it's lodged a permanent part of my head. Oh, that's why. No, not that way! Well, that was a fancy trick, but it doesn't help. I. Ha! Like, I feel like there was a lawyer sitting... Hold on. Damn it! Lawyer sitting on set, chewing their nails down to the quick with every potential... Yep! Even the... They killed him! As God is my witness, he's been broken in half! Do people know what Earl and I are talking about? For the record, I'm gonna fall off this fucker. Yep, that's my screen. I do not. Yes, okay. Earl, can you enlighten Space Beagle? Damn. Mark Summers is dead inside. When they told him the fuckheads were coming back, he literally fainted. And then when he saw them, he was like, I wasn't actually prepared. And started crying immediately on camera. The normally 20-minute program had to be edited down from 50 minutes just because of how many times Mark Summers kept crying. More than half of the world's active volcanoes surround which body of water? Yeah. Wrestling was a lot of my childhood. Ah, that makes sense. It was a lot of Earl's childhood, too. Most of what I've learned from wrestling, honestly, has been from Earl. and Josh, Mr. Jackie. I primarily remember Hulk Hogan from childhood. Brian, true. I'll see. We have to see what Earl's perspective on this. Harry! So, Earl, do you remember when people in the 80s, apparently, when they were trying to be like, yeah, great, awesome, wonderful, another word they would use for that is hairy. I don't remember that. But according to this game, that was a thing. Never heard of the hairy thing. So far, none of us have. But when I first had this game in the 90s, win, lose, or draw, and they said that, I was like, what the hell does that mean? So yeah, Pictionary, LJN game, kick-ass music, one of the best things about the game. This game's music was composed by Tim Fallon, who was, if you all don't know who he is, a kick-ass NES, SNES era music composer. Him and his brother, Jeff. Tim composed music for a lot of games, very memorable games, such as, Solstice, which I've played before on this channel, Equinox on the SNES. He did some of the ports of the Mortal Kombat music. What else did Tim do? He did a lot of stuff. I'm trying to remember it. The amount of stuff. Fuck you! Joust. I'm trying to remember other things that Tim Fallon did that people might know. This is why we have the internet, Chief. Silver Surfer on the NES. There we go. This is another game we've played on stream. Spider-Man X-Men Arcades Revenge. Echo the Dolphin Defender of the Future. Rock and Roll Racing. Gauntlet 3. On the Commodore 64. Let's see. Batman and Robin on the PlayStation. Batman Forever on the SNES. I said Equinox. Incredible Crash Dummies. Yep, that makes sense because that was an LJN game. Indiana Jones Last Crusade on NES. Treasure Master. Kiwi Craze on the NES, which is one of my favorite games as a kid. Sky Shark. Ghouls and Ghosts on Amiga. Kicks on Amiga. Magic Johnson's Fast Break. Bionic Commando on the Amiga. Commodore, Atari, Spectrum. Target Renegade on the NES. Sky Shark NES. Bubble Bobble on the ZX Spectrum. The list goes on. He apparently did the music for a South Park game that was canceled. Interesting. The context is, so the soundbite comes from a WWF match, Hell in the Cell cage match between Mankind and The Undertaker. So as part of the match, Mankind is shoved off the cage through the Spanish announce table, basically running a gag about the Spanish table getting trashed and broken during every match. And that fall was planned and choreographed. The second fall through the cell roof was not. There you go.